Okay, so I don't know where this YouTube is gonna take me. I don't know where God is gonna take me with this, but I know that I can't procrastinate anymore. And if God is gonna do something with it, then I need to give him something to do. I need to give him something to work with if he's gonna do something with it. I don't really know what to talk about right now, but I know God always leads me to something. Initially, I was thinking about the black sheep of the family. Like, it always seems like the black sheep of the family are like the Cinderellas, in society, right? Like, they always have to cook, clean up. They always have to be the ones that get tossed those tasks that nobody wants to do. And even though the storyline of Cinderella is like, with the fairy godmother and the rats and all that stuff, even though it's a little extra, it's still like, it's understandable, it's valid, because God always does something with those types of people. Like, I don't know if everybody watching this video has seen Coco Before Chanel. But even movies like that, so Coco Before Chanel, like Shoot the Color Purple, like what is it, Apple Mortgage Cake, things like that, they always show the underdog ultimately becoming the one that people should have been watching out for. And it's a cool thing. Let me take it easy, because I was gonna say it's a cool thing to be the underdog. It's a cool story to have. But the process of being the underdog in life is so tough. It's so tough. Like, you lose, or you feel like you lose after lose after lose after lose. Like, it's loss after loss after loss. And it's always when you're tired and you don't want to try again. It's like you get to the point in life where you're not even scared of the situation anymore. Like, I'm not scared to talk on this camera. Like, some people may be scared to do it. I'm not scared to talk on the camera. The thing I told God I was scared of was it failing again. Like, you're scared of failure at this point. It's not even, the other things. And not to say the excess things didn't, shake you a little bit at one point, because I used to be scared to talk on camera, because it's like, what am I gonna talk about? But once you get to the point where God just has you keep going, you start to shrug your shoulders a little bit, because it's like, baby, what can go wrong? Like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, and I mean, it's just to say, like, if you are the black sheep or the Cinderella in your family or society or whatever the case may be, God got a plan for you, and it's gonna work out, and it's gonna turn out different than you expect. I always feel like the black sheeps have big dreams, because we have nothing but time to dream of like a different reality than what we're living in. And so it's hard to think like, oh, God could surpass this big dream, or this big way of thinking that I have about my life already. Yes. Yes, indeed he can. Like, if anybody can do it, it's God. So it's so generic to just be like, hang in there. And because no, sometimes you don't want to hang in there anymore. Like, no, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it gets really, really hard. But one thing I can say, though, is God ain't gonna leave you, and God sees you. I was going to this point. I'm talking about this point like it was, months ago, a year ago, whatever. Baby, this was like 2 days ago, if not a day ago, literally. It was actually a day ago. And I was just so distraught because it's like, what do you do in life? Like, you're praying, and all I do is pray. Like, I'm talking about eat, sleep, pray. When you get to that point where you feel like you done prayed and you just don't feel like you're getting the answer, I know God is always answering me. It's just sometimes you get to the point where maybe you can't make out what he's saying, or you're just tired of like listening. You just want an answer, like a direct answer sometimes. And it's so funny because God will be putting it in front of you, but you're just so tired that you're just like, it's like you're in a daze almost. Y'all, God sees you. God sees you, okay? God saw me. And I know for a fact, like, there's people that probably in life that think I ain't nobody to look at. Like, I ain't no, like, I'm not, I don't want to say worth, but, because I know my God love me, but it's like if you leave it up to other people will leave you down in the dumps. Like, they will leave you, with nothing but your long hands, holding nothing but your long hands, baby. So it's just to let you know, like, God sees you in the midst of everything. And if YouTube is something that I put it aside to say, I don't say like, oh, if it's something that you want to do, but if it's something that God's leading you to do, you're gonna do it. I have a controversial outlook on life, and some people say, a dude tried to chew me up for it, but it didn't happen. He tried to chew me up and say that basically my way of thinking was wrong, because I said, if God's plan is for you to be a leader in life, you don't have a choice. You're going to be a leader. And I say that because once you give your life to Christ, I mean, baby, God, once you give your life to Christ, God is where you go. Like, once you give your life to Christ, there is no Xing God out of the plans. You can't do it. He's too big, okay? You can't do it. Like, you just can't. And people think that there's so much that they can do, and it's in your hands until it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's never really in our hands. It's just your outlook, but it's in your hands until it's not. And I say that because once something happens to the point where you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go, and how often does that happen? A lot more than people are willing to admit, but God is always there. And I know for a fact that what God wants to happen will happen. So, if God wants you to be on YouTube, you'll get on YouTube at some point. It's just a matter of if he's telling you to do it, or he's guiding you to do it, or putting it in front of your face, and you're not seeing, or you're not willing, or you're too nervous, or whatever the case may be. But nonetheless, it's gonna happen, because he's gonna get you out of that and get you right where you need to be, always. But yeah, to the black sheep in life, hold on, okay? Hold on, because God got you. God got you. All right, have a good night. Bye.